Hey, Taurus, Mel, Intuitive Coach here, excited to bring in your September 2025 monthly reading. All right, let's open up your energy field and take a look at what September has in store for you. Bottom of the deck, we have the conflict energy. So there could be an internal conflict that is going on within your mind, within your emotions, but I feel like there's conflict resolution here. You are freeing yourself. There's liberation, and you have completed a very important cycle of your life, or you've learned a very valuable lesson. This may be something that you were committed heavily to, maybe in your career, your profession, or even in a relationship dynamic. I see that many of you are focusing on taking care of you, your mental health, your physical health. You may have even gone through some health changes, but I feel like you're getting back on track here. Better sleep. I feel sleep was or has been disrupted in some way, but it feels like this is a very powerful time for you, Taurus. Your chakra is the heart chakra that is illuminated in the month here of September, and the message is about peace. It says here, I will meditate and be peaceful and calm in my interactions with others and the world. Peacefulness comes in me, giving up the love of power for the power of love. I invite peace to be a part of my life, and I make time to experience my own inner stillness daily. I continually develop an inner sense of calm, and I trust that everything will be right. Feeling good about myself will help bring peace into my life. So heart chakra energy is activated at this time. So this tells me that whatever this conflict is, it may be showing up through that heart center. Perhaps forgiveness. There could be resentments, bitterness, loneliness, depression, isolation. But it can also be physical heart symptoms such as heart palpitations or feeling heavy chested. I feel like many of you are finding a solution here in the month of September to whatever this quarrel is going on or has been going on within you, because it says here solutions. This may have to do with triggers, your own personal triggers, adversity, even opposing views and competitive energies around you. This could be a fight or an argument that you've had with a loved one. It could be that the head and the heart are being pulled in opposite directions, creating a sense of cognitive disassociation. And I see that you are realigning your energies, you're healing, and you're coming together in order to move forward here and bring more peace, understanding, and awareness into your life. There's an important conversation that you may be having. This could be with a health professional, perhaps with a therapist, a trusted loved one, or it could be a conversation that you are having with your higher self, Taurus. Now, your key themes for the month, we have memories. We have memories. This heart space here could be bringing up a bit of nostalgia. Perhaps September holds significance for you. It could be the month where a loved one or even a pet or animal has crossed over. September could be the catalyst for you. You may not even realize, but this month, or I should say the month of September, does hold some sort of memory within your body. And sometimes the mind may forget or it can block out, but the body remembers. And I see that you could be feeling a bit nostalgic, perhaps taking a walk down memory lane, but I see that you're looking at those memories from a different perspective than perhaps the perspective of pain or anxiety or loss or grief. You're smiling as you are remembering the experiences that have gone on prior, that have taken place here in the past. And I feel like you're not staying in this energy for too long. Now, some of you, yes, you have gone through a physical death, but a lot of you have gone through this transformative time where there's been some endings that have occurred here for you. And you may be reevaluating those endings, asking yourself, what can I do differently this time around? Or how can I heal? How can I grow? How can I evolve so I can be the best version of myself, so I can attract that relationship or that job or better health, whatever it is that is causing a little bit of disarray in your own heart space and your own mind. I feel like you are looking to the past for answers, but you're also releasing and letting go of a lot, because this is another key theme for you, letting go. Now, I have to mention, because you have memories here and you have life story, also memoir, and even a vlog, some of you may be guided to share your story on a platform, or there could even be a memory that pops up on social media and you may feel called to share it, to maybe repost on your social media. It could be a happy memory, or it could be, a version of yourself. But I feel like you are also guided to help others in some way. You could be a teacher, a mentor, a spiritual advisor, a coach, a healer, a light worker, because you do have the Hierophant here at the bottom of the deck. So when memory shows up, this tells me that you've learned many, many lessons from the past, and you could help people by empathizing and understanding, because you've walked that path. And maybe you're still walking the path here of the butterfly, right? The caterpillar and the butterfly scenario, because you are still learning how to fully spread your wings, Taurus. Now, this is about liberation. Many of you are finally at the other ends, the other side of that cocoon process, where you are no longer stuck in the icky, ooey gooey messiness of the transformation. You are finally being reborn in a way where you get to test out your wings. You get to test out this new frequency, this new energy of yours, this new version of yourself that perhaps you haven't quite met yet, but you are starting to get to know more and more. This is about closure. This is about goodbyes, ascension, growth, and going with the flow, because oftentimes when we go through that transformation, there can be a resistance. There can be a struggle as we are trying to create changes that we're not even sure what that change is necessarily, but we're struggling to get out of the mess. And we may need to soak up the most of that transformation that we possibly can, so we can be the best version of ourselves. You are letting go of perhaps a belief system that had limited you in some way. This could be a story that you were telling yourself. It can be a behavior or a pattern that has kept you stuck. You're free. And once you realize this, once this opportunity shows up for you to fully step through the threshold of this new beginning, you have this creativity about you that is beautiful. This is inspiring. This is invention. Yeah, you are reinventing yourself from the inside out, and you could even be using those skills of yours, these newfound skills. But I also see with the memories, you have some skills that you've learned many moons ago, and you could be blending the old and the new skills to create something quite powerful to help others in some way, to even help your own self. Now, you are an artist, Taurus. You are full of new ideas. You are being guided to express yourself in any way that feels powerful to you. This is about talent. This is about discovery and using that beautiful imagination of yours to expand. And that's exactly what you are doing here. Now, moving into the tarot, your first card out is the death energy, transition. You are moving into a space where you are the phoenix rising. You're liberating yourself through a transition that may have been very difficult for you with that conflict energy. All right, there was a lot of back and forth, maybe questioning the why, the how, the what ifs. There may have even been opposing energies that were causing this death to occur. But I feel like it was meant for you internally. All right. It was meant for you to go through because your soul knew prior to incarnating into this life that this was a big soul lesson or a big opportunity for your soul to advance and grow, even though it may have been sticky, even though it may have been messy. But I feel like you get to find conflict resolution here. You get to overcome this transition and step into the wings that are beautifully waiting for you to take off in. Now, you have the Three of Wands. There's your manifesting power. This is beautiful. Now, some of you, this has to do with the children, maybe the inner child. This may have to do with your child if you are a parent. It may even have to do with you being the child. Some of you, it could even be a grandmother or a parent who has crossed over, or you may be looking at the process of aging in a different way, in a new way. Some of you have struggled with your body or with your mind as you have been maturing, as you have been evolving. But I also see here genetics. There's something around genetics. Some of you may be worried that you may develop a condition that a family member has, or you may be predisposed to something here that someone has struggled with. And I feel like you are taking steps here to act prior, maybe preventative care, or you are investigating or looking into this. But I actually feel like you are healing or in the clear. There's something about being able to get this under wraps before you go down the rabbit hole, and it takes you on a completely new path of perhaps fear. You're refreshing your energy. It does feel quite refreshing coming out of this transformation because something needed to end here. Something wasn't working for you. It wasn't working for another energy here. And I feel like it feels like it was ready. I'm actually getting something quite interesting. Ooh, okay. It feels like something had started to fester. Now, the word that actually came to mind, and I was trying to soften it, but the word was rot. Okay, the word was rot, like something was rotten or something was starting to not be in its brightest form. And maybe this was a relationship dynamic, or perhaps this is a job that started to feel very toxic, very heavy, very rotten. Maybe someone said something that was rotten to you and you're like, wait a second. I'm not going to stand for that. I know my worth. I'm going to manifest a new experience, a new opportunity. And that's exactly what you're doing with the Three of Wands, Taurus. This is about you planning out your move because you realize that success is a move away and you're not wanting to hesitate any longer. You're not wanting to feel so overwhelmed that you stay in, that death energy. This is about you moving forward. You've learned. You're no longer the baby of the situation, meaning you now have experience where you get to do something in a new way. Because I feel like this represents also the page, and this represents like the queen. You see that there is a child and there is a maiden, a mother. And I feel like you in the past, you did the best that you knew how, because maybe that's what you were taught, or that's what you had learned, or maybe you hadn't gone through an experience like this prior, but it feels like you now have the wisdom and you've wrapped up or completed a cycle. There's a lot of healing that has been taking place. You have the star here. There's a deeper level of understanding how this death and rebirth transformation occurs. Now, we know that energy cannot be destroyed. So when the death card shows up here, There is no loss. There's just a transformation of energies from one perhaps physical being or physicality of a situation into another. And the universe never tires of opening up that portal, giving us opportunities to see through situations that are challenging or that we struggle with. I see here that many of you are opening up your third eye as well as that heart space. You see that there is a star that is right there on the heart chakra. But there's also a star there on her crown chakra. And you are receiving intuitive messages. Many of you are strengthening your spiritual gifts by undergoing this transformative period, meaning your clairvoyance could be stronger. Some of you are highly empathic. You may be having visions, having dreams. There could even be premonitions. Many of you are mediums, or you are able to connect to higher dimensional beings. And this star energy is also a wish. This is a brighter future. It comes after the tower. Now, I don't see the tower here. I feel like that's what you are releasing. That's part of the conflict that still sits with you on a deeper level. But this tells me that, yeah, you are on the other side of that tower. The healing has already taken place within you. You're already understanding why something had occurred in the way that it did. Now, sometimes this can also be the energy here of fame, of stardom. So for those of you that may be in the spotlight, or perhaps you are receiving recognition in some way because of your story, because of perhaps even a book that you have written, or a course or content that you have created. I feel like it's going to get a lot of recognition here. And not that you need that recognition to feel validated, but I feel like that recognition is letting you know that you're helping people, that you are a great teacher of sorts, that you are a great healer. And that's going to wash away any self-doubt that you have regarding your own talents. Now, you have here the Nine of Swords. Like I mentioned, some of you may have had some sleep issues, perhaps tossing and turning. You may have even struggled with anxiety or fears that were taking over, because that's what we tend to do when we're going through a transition. The very human part of us tends to go to worst case scenario, or we tend to start panicking, or we're not sure of what's coming in next, because we are creatures of habit. We like to crave, or we crave stability and safety and security. So when the death card shows up, it can throw all of those energies off balance, and we tend to go down the rabbit hole of fear. And that's what Spirit is helping you release as you fully embody trust, because trust is the antidote. Trust is taking one step forward and knowing that you are going to be all right. And that's what it says here on the heart chakra card, right? I continually develop an inner sense of calm, and I trust that everything will be all right. And you're bringing in more peace to your world. And that's why the world, and we have Temperance showing up for you. So you have some big major arcanas. You actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 7. This tells me that this is huge. When you have 5 major arcanas, these are big, monumental things that are happening here in your life, Taurus. Now, we have the world. The world is the end of a major journey. This is a graduation, if you will, a completion. Some of you could be retiring. Perhaps you're getting married. For others of you, you could be going through a divorce, going through a job ending. This could be a new beginning here for you. It is a new beginning, because all endings come with a new beginning. And the Temperance energy is saying this new beginning is to bring more balance into your world. This is about you feeling like you can moderate here in ways that wherever you are overextending, Taurus, or maybe under giving or undervalued, it feels like that's what's coming into harmony. As you work through some karmic cycles or lessons with the Temperance, you're not alone. You have angelic support here. You have the wise owl bringing in wisdom. Now, owls are also nocturnal. They see through the darkness. And I feel like that's what is showing up here. You're able to see through the challenge. You're able to see through the shadows here and gain the wisdom through all of the experiences that have made you who you are today. So huge congratulations as well. You have liberated yourself. This is freedom. This is victory. The world is your oyster after a period of delayed gratification or a prolonged journey that you've been on. For some of you, this has taken place for many, many months, many years, for some of you, decades. And you get to start in a way that opens up the heart fully, instead of keeping it closed or keeping it blocked because we are afraid that we are going to be hurt, or we're afraid that we are going to have to let go at some point. That can keep us stuck. It can keep us in that Three of Wands in reverse, where we hesitate making a move because we don't want to feel the pain that we felt in the past. But I feel like you are pushing through that. You are opening up that beautiful heart of yours. You are creating more peace and more calm in all of your interactions, including those with others and in the world. So let's take a look here at your career, your finances, your abundance. We have the Turtle here. Now, the Turtle tells me that perhaps things were a bit slow, but I feel like there was progress that you are making here when it comes to your career. Now, some of you may be moving for work. Perhaps there is a shift or a department that is closing. This could be you saying, I'm ready for something new, or I'm ready to deepen my professional skills. I feel like there's a change coming in here because you actually have, after the Turtle, you have take action. Take action here. Whatever your question is, this is telling you, Taurus, to go for it. Do not procrastinate or wait to take that next step to get ahead. Just do it. And that was the message of the Three of Wands. So maybe in the past you didn't feel ready, or you still had some very empowering lessons to learn in your career, some skill sets, some training, perhaps some lessons in a current situation. But now you get to move forward towards more integrity, towards more alignment here. Nothing will change if you don't take action. Don't let the possibility or opportunity pass you by. So yeah, this is you gaining momentum here to go all the way. There is victory here. It's like there's a finish line ahead and you are being guided to move towards the finish line, and you can see it in sight. You can see it nearing you with letting go and the world. Some of you are graduating to the next level because you've learned all that you possibly can in this scenario. You have the Laborer here. Your hard work will be rewarded soon. Keep at it. Yeah, this is like the final stretch here for many of you. This could be that stretch towards a promotion, or it could be, your business taking off. Don't give up. Stay consistent. Stay dedicated. There's a lot that's healing here for you, both financially and, within a belief system, where some of you may have had that belief that you have to grind, that you have to work really, really, really hard to get what you want. And now I do see that you're working hard, but there is a belief system here, Taurus, that is shifting. You're starting to move into the mindset of working smarter, not harder. And that's where that heart chakra comes in, because you want there to be more peace. You want there to be more integrity, more alignment, more creativity even. So this may include some changes in the working space. This could be new systems coming in. And so we reject the status quo right away because it's change. So in order to work smarter, perhaps your company is getting on board with some new ways of doing things, and you may be wanting to stay in the old ways. I remember when I worked in the corporate world many, many moons ago, I worked in real estate, marketing, consulting, but in this specific career that I was in, we had shifted to a new system, a new management system to enter in all of the invoices, all of the work orders for the properties. And at the end of the day, when we all learned the system, it was so much better than the old one. But I remember everybody hesitating, including myself, because we were used to doing things a certain way, and it felt easier at that time than learning something new. So when we finally learned that new system, it actually did help everybody work smarter, not harder. It saved time. It was more efficient. It allowed us to free up the time that we would have normally spent in the old system, entertaining other things that could help us grow and help us expand. And that's what I'm getting here for you. So there could be some new changes or some new adjustments that show up that actually benefit you more in the long run. So it says here, construction, maintenance, painting, or any kind of labor work. Now, some of you could be in a laborious industry, or perhaps you are paying someone to help you out in some manner. Maybe this is around your home, because this is financial as well. And this could be around your home. There could be a construction project going on here. Don't be afraid of work. What lasts won't come easy. But I feel like you've already worked very, very hard, very heavily, and now you get to see the ease of something. But there may be that one final push, right? One final push, and then it feels like you get that reward. And you have here the star. So I definitely see recognition here after a period of a transformation taking place. And when it comes to fears, some of you may be fearing that your position is not safe, or there has been a job that has ended, or perhaps it's relocated here, or your position here has changed in some way. But I feel with the temperance, I feel with the world, you are actually moving up. You're stepping into something that feels way more aligned with your heart, with your creative talents here, and you get to let go of the anxiety and the stress that was showing up in the first place. So career is starting to look a lot better for you. Now let's look at love, partnerships. You have the snake. Okay, so there may be someone in your soul tribe that you don't necessarily trust. All right, because they could be very snaky. They could be someone who's highly competitive. They may not be your friend, right? They could be a foe. They could be an enemy here, or someone that you have to watch your back, watch your back, watch over your shoulder here. It could even be the quote unquote other woman, as it says here. So the snake here is you being mindful. And I feel like you're able to see through illusions, and you may be protecting your own peace so you don't get bit here by the snake. Now you have old school. So interestingly enough, we have memories as a key theme, and we also have the memories popping up here with old school. This is about your beliefs, which we talked about, maybe outdated thinking. There could be an old story that has replayed out in your mind. Some of you may even be widowed, or you've gone through a very difficult ending with an individual that you care deeply for. And you may be replaying those events over and over in your head, conditioning them into your mind, into your heart, into your body. And Spirit wants you to release. Spirit wants you to let go of that story. Find closure, gain closure in any way possible that you can, because otherwise it's going to play like a broken record, or in this case, a wound up cassette. Now, I don't know if you remember cassettes back in the day. I remember sometimes that tape tape would come out of the cassette. And if you were lucky, you could stick your finger and you could wind it up and you could replay that tape over and over. But sometimes that tape would be so entangled that the only thing that you could do is toss it, throw it away. And that's what's happening here. If you look at the cassettes, all of them are so intertwined together that there's no way that you could fix something. There's no way that you could wind it up with your finger. Therefore, this is about letting go. It is about, buying and upgrading. Instead of using a cassette, it's time to upgrade to the best possible, frequency, Spotify, right? Or using some other tool, some other modality here for yourself. And this is symbolically, of course, but this is about you letting go of the outdated thinking and conditioning, because you do have love that is wanting to show up in that heart center. This is unconditional love. All right. This is a love that comes through Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. This is that love, the universal love that we all have access to tapping into. This is about fairness and affection being returned. It's giving and receiving. It's reciprocity. Some of you are blowing a kiss to the past. You're saying, all right, I'm done. I'm done crying over someone, or I'm done repeating that story in my head. I'm ready to move forward here. And I feel like you are closing out this chapter of your life in matters of the heart with an individual. You may have the memories, but I feel like you are physically growing stronger each and every day, mentally and emotionally as well. And you're going to connect to an individual that truly aligns with you. For those of you that are single, and for those of you that may be in a relationship, there may have been external factors. That snake could be something external that was affecting you or affecting your family in some way. And I feel like you are releasing that now. You're able to release it. You're able to put it to rest so you can move forward and strengthen your family bonds, your family ties. And lastly here, we have apocalyptic. Apocalypsis. So we are going to take a look at what this archetype means for you, Taurus. All right. We have apocalyptic, removing the veil of deception. Apocalypsis indicates a particularly painful time, one that unfolds when two disparate dynamics occur simultaneously, pulling the psyche in seemingly opposing directions. There's that conflict at the bottom of the deck. You actually see the tug of war happening here. The first direction is lifting of the veil. This means truths that have been kept in the dark are revealed, seen, and unearthed. No matter how relieving it is to witness them come into the light, an element of despair and grief follows. The second dynamic is the regeneration that comes from the wreckage of the revealed truth. There's the star. The old narrative breaks and a new story forms. Apocalypsis energy is similar to a forest fire's devastation for the sake of regeneration. The veil lifts and we see who and what has been hiding. From the nakedness of the truth, a child is born. Have faith in the process. Hold on to your center. That is the only way. When this shows up as the light aspect, it is the unknown becomes known and guides the way. When this shows up as the dark, it's fatalism. It is hopelessness. All kinds of things will be revealed during a time of apocalypsis. And interestingly enough, I'm not sure if I've shared, September is eclipse season. So there may be many truths that show up, but it's to regenerate you. Right? It's to close out this cycle here in order for you to be reborn in a newer version of you. It can be big global lies. Okay, this apocalypse can certainly be big global lies. It can be little white ones that lace the bedroom sheets. Brace yourself for the horse of truth to storm your every field. I know this sounds heavy, but like I said, many of you, this is what you're already coming out of. The death energy, you may already know about this. This isn't the tower per se. This is the star that comes after the tower. This card has a strong relationship to Aletheia. All right. There's some uncovering. I'm just going to pull. I'm going to randomly pull and see. Okay, we have the vision. I wanted to see if Aletheia came out, but look at that. You actually have the owl, which sees through the darkness. So you're already seeing through the darkness. That's what I wanted to clarify here for you. So there is a message around, the unknown becomes more known for you. You are being divinely guided. You are letting go of a lot here. And that's why peace is the big energy coming through. Peacefulness comes in you, giving up the love of power for the power of love. That is, powerful. If you want to take this archetype a step further, check out Michael Mead's Why the World Doesn't End, or the movie This Is the End. Those could be perhaps books or movies that you've already recently watched, but I see that things are being revealed to you in a way that is opening up your skill set, opening up your skills, your talents, your gifts. Thank you, Spirit. Opening up your gifts to the next level. So yes, there are some changes coming in, some big changes here with all of these major arcanas, but you are the truth seeker. You are the one that is here to maybe help other people go through this. That's what this is. Many of you, because you have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, the wisdom keeper, you may be helping others go through these unprecedented times that we're currently living in. So if you have this call, if you have something here that you have been wanting to transform, whether in your own professional world or if there's this new understanding that you have, this new gift, don't hold back. Don't dim your light. You are meant to shine. That is what I have for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, Taurus. I know this was a deep one, but I feel like you are evolving in ways that are going to have you connecting on a deeper level. This isn't just surface. And I see that you are meant to dive in. Take a deep dive here. You have peace showing up. You are here to spread peace. You are here to be peace. Thank you again, Taurus. If you enjoyed the reading, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And if you are interested in a personal reading or signing up for the monthly newsletter, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video.